Welcome to Redvee TV, supported by A-Star Recruitment for the 2019 season, as we look ahead to Saints' round 4 game against the Salford Red Devils at the AJ Bell Stadium on Thursday night. Squad news, Kevin Nagama misses out because of the concussion he suffered against Leeds on Friday, and the 7-day rule means that despite him being okay, he just can't take part because of the short turnaround. And Jack Ashworth comes into the squad ahead of Danny Richardson, which to me either suggests there is an injury doubt over somebody, or Jack Ashworth is going to play anyway.
Yeah, I've seen people saying that Paolo was limping towards the end of the game on Friday, but you wonder whether that last sub spot is Jack Ashworth's kind of to take, whether he provides a little bit more flexibility, because he has played centre for us before. He can play second row and he can prop, so there might be something in that.
Disappointing to see Luke Douglas miss out, but has his loan actually concluded yet? Because it's 4 weeks, and the first game of that was actually the 3rd of Feb. So if the loan began on that first game for Lee against Toronto, I think it was opening game, or Toulouse, one of the two, he'll still have a couple of days left to run on that.
Yeah, I don't know if it runs game like.
I think for the loan you've got to go for 4 weeks.
4 weeks, yeah. So. And whether that counts as 4 games,
yeah, and
they've had round 4, I'm not sure. I've seen different reports, like I'm sure I saw it in the paper that his month loan was over and it was going to go week to week. But yeah, he's been going well at Lee by all reports, and I think, to be honest, he's probably a shoo-in for getting back in the squad if and when his loan arrangement actually comes to an end.
Salford on Thursday. A soulless atmosphere of the ground. Always seems to be cold there, although the glorious weather, hopefully it'll stick around, and can you believe it's February? And we'll be alright. And in some way we always seem to play alright, pretty much.
Yeah, we've had a couple of good wins over there, to be fair. I've been looking at some of the results. I forgot about the 60 points to 10 win that we had. We tend to put on a show. I mean, even when we had Batty Lee sent off a couple of games ago, we still went in and won the game quite comfortably. Whether Salford are a different proposition this year, they've started the season well. They've had a comeback win over Hull KR.
I think the anomaly was the Leeds game, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's it. But I mean, we've gone out and beat Leeds. Leeds have beat Salford. Really, you should be looking at going one up and us getting the results at Salford. I think it'll be a lot tougher than we've seen in recent years, though.
Obviously, on Sunday, Salford were at Hull KR. They were 22-8 down at half-time. Came back to win that game, so they'll go into the game with a lot of confidence as well.
Yeah, they've got the short turnaround as well, which you don't know how that'll go for them. Might have a couple of bodies who are just feeling that I don't know, the extra bump and bruise that you might have for just a 4-day turnaround. But yeah, I just think it'll be a tough game.
Are you surprised with Justin Holbrook's decision to not use rotation as much? I think he actually said after the Leeds game on Friday that essentially it was too early in the season for rotation.
No, that doesn't surprise me at all. We've seen through Holbrook, he's never really rotated the squad too much. I'd like to see it, and I think he will learn some lessons from last year and give lads a go. Is it too early in the season? Possibly, yeah. Just get a settled team in who can win games, and then start not chopping and changing wholesale, but dropping other lads in. I mean, we've got London at home next week, and you've got to turn around and look at. That's a great game for James Bentley to come in.
Any of the lads who are on loan at Lee?
Yeah, Aaron Smith on the bench or something like that.
Is that a game you potentially look at resting Roby?
It could be, yeah, absolutely. And you know what? If we do mention his name, is it a game that you could potentially bring Danny Richardson back into?
Yeah. Obviously, Danny's missed out this week. Obviously, potentially because of injuries, and to be fair to Danny, he'll know early in the week where he's playing on Sunday. He probably knows anyway, even when he's in the 19. But hopefully, will it quell the fans a little bit who are demanding his return?
No, not at all. It won't quell him. It'll give him an idea that he's not going to be in the 17, obviously, but it's not going to quell him, because we see via social media that we've got people all the time saying he needs to play. We need a goal kicker. I'm hoping that the lads have spent most of the early part of this week having pot shots at goal, and literally just 3 of them, Tommy Makinson, Lachlan Coote, Mark Percival, just literally going through the motions of kicking goals and getting that muscle repetition. And you can't replicate the pressure of having to kick one when you're only a couple of points ahead, with a crowd there expecting you to put it over. But I'm hoping that skill set is actually being being practiced on a regular basis, and not just a little bit after training once a week.
Yeah. Other bits of squad news: Adam Swift will be out for a bit longer. People were wondering why he wasn't in the 19 and why he hadn't gone out on loan. He's actually had an operation for a groin injury.
Oh, right.
Bit disappointing for Adam, who would have been looking to provide competition for probably Regan Grace. Tommy Makinson's probably got one side sewn up.
Well, you say that, but with Nagama out this week, it'd have been ideal. We've done it before at Salford in the past, where we've had Swift on the wing and Makinson in at the centres, and it's a quick fix that you get an experienced player out on that right wing, an experienced player just coming into the centre. Looks, Mike Critchley's put it in the Star that Matty Costello's just going to slip straight into right centre.
See, I think that's the right option. Even if Adam Swift was fit, for me, don't disrupt the team by having to move players around. If you've got an out-and-out centre who you've had out on loan, who's part of your squad, and a centre gets injured, put him in.
Well, Costello played 7 times last year, and I don't think he had a proper run in the team. I don't think he's going to get a proper run at this point either, because I think Nagama will come back in once he passes his head test.
Is it wrong to say that Matty Costello's level at Saints will be role of squad player?
Who knows? That's it. He might get a run later in the season where he gets half a dozen 8 games, and all of a sudden you look and you think, yeah, that's how good he is. I'm still not sure. Is he a fullback? Is he a centre? I know he plays a bit of both, and I think they're trying to get him that regular game time at least in the centres, and that's possibly where they see him playing. But for now, he could be squad rotation. He'll be, you'd imagine, lower end of the salary cap, and you know what? Good local lad. As long as he can keep maintaining a Saints-style performance, then he'll keep being in and around the squad.
In terms of the forwards, the way we've started the last 3 weeks is with Walmsley and Thompson, and then Amor and Lees coming off the bench. For me, it's been notable that our levels seem to drop in the second half of the first half in games when the rotation happens. Is that something that will worry Justin Holbrook, and will he look at maybe changing the way he does it, maybe just starting with one of Walmsley or Thompson and making sure that one of them is on the pitch at all times? Or does he like the impact of the two of them?
I think he likes the impact of having the two of them on. I don't know if Amor came on until halfway through the second half on Friday, and so you've got Louis coming on as that next prop on, and then Matty Lees. Obviously that's changed with Louis having to go into the centres on Friday. I
felt a bit sorry for Louis on Friday. He's probably trained all off season to play in the forwards or second row, and then he gets squashed out into the centres, and it's probably testament to him that he can actually go out and play in that position and look all right. It took him probably a while in that first half to get used to it, and let's be honest, he's not going to probably play a tougher centre this season than Conrad Harrell.
Well, that's it. He seems to be defending a little bit narrow in the second row position, and if that's where you've trained for, and that's where you're used to defending, you can't.
And it was them half-time adjustments by Holbrook.
Yeah.
Second half, we were defensively absolutely spot on.
Yeah, exactly, and you can't knock Louis for it. The fact that he's just put his hands up and just
got on with
it. Yeah, it just gets on with it.
You can see why he's become a fan's favourite over the last
absolutely
few years.
We know he's not a centre. He knows he's not a centre. We know he's a forward, and that's it. There's nothing, because you're not going to carry a centre on the bench, are you? You're just not going to carry a centre on the bench for someone for an injury, a freak injury that happens in the second minute. So you've got to have players who can adapt. And having Louis,
it's like, where would you stop? Do you have a winger on you? Well, you can't. If you have 10 subs, you'd have a player for every position, but you haven't. So you go with your 3 forwards and potentially a half.
Yeah, and that's it. And having Louis on the bench makes having Louis anywhere near the 17 makes Saints stronger.
Yeah, undoubtedly. Should be a strong following Sunday night. Thursday night.
Should be, yeah. Still hate going over there on a Thursday night, but
I can't believe we're stood outside at the end of February after whinging at the start of the season how cold it was, and it's absolute glorious blue skies. It's like the middle of summer.
Yeah, let's hope it stays
like this.
Summer rugby,
flat, dry track for for Saints to go well on.
Yep.
Other fixtures, I'm only going to mention one. London Wigan. Really good chance for London to get the second win of the season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not going to say much else. Right, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you like watching our videos, please watch the Saints Sleep Out video below and donate £1 or 2 to our GoFundMe because we're going to sleep on cardboard. See you soon.